I've been filming climbing for a couple decades, and one of the scariest things I've filmed is Alex Honnold soloing the Phoenix, the slippery, steep 513 crack that runs for 130 feet. Nobody had ever soloed a route that hard in Yosemite. It was late spring. I just arrived in the valley to film with Alex for a TV news show that was profiling him. We're all hanging out the first day, and there was a meeting with the rangers called for the next morning at 9 o'clock. Alex leans over to me. It's like, sweet, that gives me time to go climb the Phoenix before. You want to go up there with me? And I was like, sure.
Okay, I think I'm all good. You're good?
Yeah. Next morning at 5 a.m., we drive up into the valley. The Phoenix crack sits high above this canyon, and right around the corner from it is Cascade Falls. Because it's spring, the waterfall is raging. To get to the Phoenix, you have to rappel in, because the crack starts halfway up this wall. The waterfall is so powerful, you feel like the rocks are shaking under your feet. I rappelled into the anchors at the top of the route. As I was getting my camera ready, Alex wrapped in and took a quick look at the climb. Normally, Alex is so chill about everything, but he flashed me this quick, nervous smile that made me think, wow, he's feeling something here. This is big for him.
I think I'm gonna try to wrap all the way down and play on the corner a little bit, and then basically be like down there.
Okay. He rappels down the route and he starts swinging out. This route is so steep. Alex goes down to the bottom of the route, takes off his harness, and he has me pull up all his gear on the rope. I just have this moment like, oh yeah, maybe this is why Alex invited me here. Not to film it or capture this amazing footage, but just to like get his stuff out of the way so he could climb it cleanly. As soon as he starts off that ledge, he's already so far above the ground that he's well into the no-fall zone.
Too much wider, you won't really even be able to see him that well.
A friend is across the valley filming the long shot. I'm up above, just thinking, move gently, don't drop anything.
The Phoenix starts with tips lie backing up a thin corner, which isn't really ideal for soloing because I remember it feeling pretty insecure and kind of tenuous. It's hard to go from 0 to 60 like that, to go from just standing on the little belay stands to climbing pretty hard tips corner. I have pretty fat fingers, and so they felt very thin. The corner ends in a little sequence trending up and right, which is generally considered the crux. I found it maybe not as bad as some folks because I have fat fingers, and so I was able to jam it pretty well.
One of the scariest things about filming Alex soloing is he moves so slowly. You don't know if he's stuck or has a sequence wrong. You just sit there and hold your breath. As he comes out of this undercling section, crack looks so thin. I zoomed in and got close in, and it was so sickening to see what he was actually holding on to. I had to zoom back out. My camera was just shaking.
The rest of the route is basically a consistently overhanging thin hands crack. That part, again, I found kind of hard because I have really big hands, and so tight hands just feels hard for me. Even though it's really straightforward and pretty simple, the pump definitely builds. You do definitely get tired because it's pretty overhanging.
Higher up, Alex started moving a bit faster. Almost less methodical, perhaps. I remember thinking, is he getting tired and rushing through this? The route kicks back a little steeper, and his position now above the river is outrageous. He finally reaches around, swings over, and pulls into this little stance. It's like, he's safe. How was that? Really? After Alex finishes the climb, we Jumar out the ropes. I'm like, holy shit, he just made history. He's climbed the hardest route that's ever been soloed in Yosemite. After that, he didn't have some adrenaline or altered mind state.
Smartphone. It's basically the same thing.
It's true. He was self-critical. He said he felt a little tense on the climb, and he didn't really like how he'd performed.
The Phoenix, I actually found it pretty hard for the grade for myself, given my own strengths and weaknesses. But, it was a great route.
After the climb, we drove into the valley, just in time for the 9 a.m. meeting with the rangers and the TV crew. Nobody had any idea what Alex had just accomplished.